thumbnail shot. What's up, guys? Intellitech Studios here, and today we have the never-before-seen Dirt Devil multi-surface total pet. I know, not a super original name by Dirt Devil standards, but the point is the brand new Dirt Devil that was recently released. It is the model UD 76410. So, this is the brand new Dirt Devil that just came out, and nobody has ever done a video on this other than HBAD destroying one. But as far as anybody actually using the vacuum for its intended purpose, no videos of it exist yet, until now. Now, you likely have seen my unboxing video of this vacuum, which came first. And for the record, this is being recorded on Wednesday, so if someone else uploaded one and beat me to the punch, well, I suppose good for them. But this is brand new. Still perfectly brand new. Installed the filter, which you have to do for some reason, and here it is. Now, first impressions, this handle, super comfortable. This reminds me a lot of the handle on the older Dirt Devil uprights, like the bagged uprights of that era, where it's bent pretty far back, almost at a 90-degree angle, but it's still curved quite nicely. We've got the foot pedal that's underneath the main body, very similar to a TTI machine like the Hoover Elite Rewind Plus that I've previously recommended, and you can currently find at Walmart for the exact same price of this machine. The question is this better? Probably not, but we're about to find out. So, first impressions, it's on the medium setting by default. It pushes and pulls very easily when it's off, but this machine, it does have a bit of bulk to it. It does feel very sturdy. It's definitely the sturdiest machine that I felt from Dirt Devil in a long time. And by that, I literally mean it. This is the sturdiest Dirt Devil that I'm aware of that's ever been produced under TTI. So that right there is definitely a solid first impression. Some other first impressions. This tool fitting is terrible. I have yet to find any tools that fit this, but I will still keep you guys updated for alternate tools. And even though this is brand new and has every attachment on it, there's still a post. So it seems like they were supposed to give me an upholstery tool and didn't give it to me, which is kind of ridiculous for $130. Although I paid $99 for mine, but it's the exact same SKU that direct from Dirt Devil costs $129. Looking at this, we can see model UD 76410. Made in China, 2-year warranty. That's another thing that's very interesting. We actually have a 2-year warranty. Although, based on TTI's track record, you will not be able to collect on that warranty, because even if you do keep your receipt, by the time you actually need it, the receipt's going to be faded. And TTI knows that. That's how they get away with legal warranty scams. So, right off the bat, we can see a brush roll, nice stiff bristles. We actually have a felt squeegee instead of a standard squeegee, which I was not expecting. So that's a welcome surprise. We've got these like weird breaks in the bristles, or in the base plate prior to the belt. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe there's a reason for that. Perfect width too, not too wide, so big fan of that. And we have a section where there's no bristles on the brush roll for some reason. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a callback to the old Elites, but it looks very interesting. I almost wonder if there's a version of this where this brush roll has soft bristles in a similar vein to the Bissell Powerlifter Swivel Rewind Pet. That would definitely be interesting to see. But on this particular model, it does not have that. Now, this is the only model, to my knowledge, that's available right now, but based on promotional Dirt Devil videos, it appears there will be a Plus model available very soon. So, that is that. This feels surprisingly sturdy. It swivels a little bit. Reminds me a lot of the previous Dirt Devil Breeze Cyclonic and Featherlight twin set. So, we will give this a run. So let's see how well this does. So start off by pulling this hose out and test the suction with it powered on. It sounds like every other vacuum in this price range does today. It's got that same motor that all the Bissells and the Eurekas and the Dirt Devils have nowadays. I'm gonna bet that this thing is probably 8 amps, just like all those machines. It literally sounds like a Bissell. Now, there's kind of this meme going around of people saying that everything sounds like a Bissell. This actually sounds like a Bissell because it's the same motor. Royal. Whoa! Wait a minute. What? Distributed by Royal Appliance Manufacturing Company. So, is Royal back, or is this just the same Royal but operating under TTI? Because I was under the impression that the Royal branding was completely eradicated. Interesting. We also have what looks like a very small QR code, but my phone doesn't immediately pick it up. So, no date code on this machine for some reason. And no, oh, okay, there we go. So it is 8 amps, like I suspected. I actually didn't see that the first time around. So yes, same motor as the Power Forces, same motor as the previous Dirt Devils. Although a slightly different motor than what most Hoovers have in this price range. So yeah, we'll give this a run. Ruby! Ruby! Come on! So, apologies for my living room being in slight disarray, but it got stuff. And this was, so yesterday I vacuumed with the Shark rotator. Hey, Ruby, I almost called you the wrong name. So I vacuumed with the Shark rotator, and then after its very lackluster performance, I went over it with the Phantom domestic. And after the Phantom, I hadn't vacuumed in about a day. So I gotta say, it's not too bad. So right off the bat, there is what appears to be a substantial improvement in cyclone design from the previous Dirt Devils, but everybody knew that, getting just from appearance. The machine, it's still easy to push and easy to pull. It's easier to maneuver than the Shark, despite it being what appears to be slightly heavier. And technically I got both for the same price, as I got the Shark on clearance for $100. This was also $100. So this actually handles better, despite not having a swivel neck. But at the same time, I feel like the base plate is designed in a bit of a funny way, where it doesn't have very great contact with the carpet. You might have heard a lot of times when it seemed like the brush roll was not making contact, and this is on medium. Most of my vacuums I have to put on the high pile setting, at least for my main carpet, because it'll dig a little bit deep. This one, even on the medium setting, which I have a slightly deeper than medium pile carpet, it struggled to keep contact. Now, it wasn't a deal breaker, but there were definitely times where I could hear the brush roll not making contact. And during those times, the machine is definitely not cleaning. So, in that little transition strip between my carpet and my bare floor, where the carpet kind of curves down into the floor, you can actually see where it did not touch it on the ends. So that part of the carpet didn't get clean. That being said, the parts of the carpet that it did touch, it performed very well on. There's a lot of hair, a lot of fine dust, which is definitely saying something, because the Phantom is no slouch when it comes to extracting fine dust. The Phantoms are one of the best cleaning machines you can get. And, well, I shouldn't say that you can get, but out of the base consumer machines that most people buy in big box stores, they were, obviously they haven't been around for 20 years, but they were some of the best you could get at the time. Other than going to dealers and getting stuff like Riccar or Simplicity. So, and even then, I kind of debate that a little bit, but I also haven't had any of those machines in really optimal condition, so based on my experience, those machines are tanks. This machine cleans pretty well, but it struggles with contact, which is kind of the rundown of all of what I just said. Suction is really good, and I imagine the airflow difference on this compared to the other Dirt Devils is night and day. Because one of the things I complained about in every other Dirt Devil review, with the exception of the Razor, but it had its own problems, was the fact that the air path would always go from the base up to the handle, back down, and then back up again into the bin. So you were losing a lot of air. That was also a similar complaint with the Bissell Clean View I just reviewed. Has a lot less forgiving of an airflow path compared to the more basic models. This fixes that problem, and it still appears to have a very nice stretchy hose, but we'll actually test this at a later date. So, first impressions, easy to handle, cleans very effectively, but struggles a little bit to maintain contact. Perhaps putting it on a lower setting would fix that. I'll use it a bit more and report back with my final results. First impressions, though, for $100, In some areas I'm impressed, and in other areas I'm disappointed. If it didn't have the problem with contact, then I would be nothing but impressed, because it easily would make it the best dirt double product that we've seen in a long time. So I'll do more digging, I'll do more usage of this machine, I'll put it on the lower settings and try it again and see if that makes a difference in terms of the power head maintaining contact with the carpet. It is also worth noting that my floors are uneven. I live in a very old house. I live in a house that's not in good condition. I live in a fixer-upper after all, and you can definitely tell. So if you have uneven flooring like I do, then you likely have the same problem, which is again another reason why I will do more research, do more usage on this machine. That's a weird way of saying I'll use it more, and play around with the height adjustment settings and see what it does. Now let's take a small look at the filters. Post motor, as you can expect, nothing, just fine. No HEPA though, which I would kind of expect for this price range, but we'll get to there. Opening up this, we got a little bit of dust. We actually have a decent amount of dust in there. And the filter, a little bit of dust, but nothing too major, just a little bit. I just realized this reminds me a lot of the upper tank filter on an original 2002 Bissell CleanView. Let's hope this machine is better than that, which I think it very well might be in terms of filtration. Although, I don't know, I think the cleaning performance seems pretty matched to that machine, and I imagine it filters substantially better. But that's what the testing is for. So I'll use this as my main machine for the next few days, if not a week, and report back in the full in-depth review with final results. Anyways, let me know your first impressions on this machine, and I will happily answer any questions you have. If you have any questions about this machine, drop them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer them in the full review. In the meantime, this is Intellitech Studios signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you all in the next video, I should say. And I hope you all have a good one. Peace.